Yo.
Yo.
Oh, yo, it's you. Michael's about to join. We're about to play
Play what?
Starcraft.
Mm. Alright, yeah, I should probably get into Starcraft if I plan on doing all this traveling.
Yeah,
Starcraft seems like it'd be very like you can just play that shit anywhere, you know?
yeah, absolutely. Great.
Is it on Mac?
Yeah, yeah. If you're interested, there's definitely stuff you can.
Well, I've got like an hour and a half or so right now, and I'm going to think I'm gonna do some other stuff, some 3D modeling stuff I want to do.
Cool. Yo. Greenberg. Yeah.
Greenberg.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wait, can you hear me now?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. I've just gotta charge up my mouse a little bit, and I'm done.
Cool. Awesome.
How's it going?
Good. Todd was just saying that he needs to start playing Starcraft.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
was
fun.
saying it. I was saying it.
I kind of want to get more people like Todd who haven't played the game, so I have people to play against where it feels a little bit more even.
Yeah.
Um,
Next week, Vincent. I don't. Have you met Vincent or played with?
I feel like the name sounds really familiar. We probably have played some game together, but I couldn't tell you which game.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's at Genesis now for Melee.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm definitely gonna have
Oh,
to watch.
that Vincent.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
it's crazy that there's two Vincents in the Discord.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about Vincent the whole time, like my Vincent.
Oh, oh yeah.
Um, Honestly, like one thing that I'm like I don't know how to balance is that like with games like this, I feel like I get sucked in and I'm like I only will have fun if I like practice and get good at the game,
Yeah.
but then that's like a huge time commitment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
And it's
say. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that like compared to CS, like StarCraft is a game that you, I guess, improve at a lot more rapid. It's a lot less of a time commitment. It feels like to me.
Mm,
Um, like a lot of getting better at the game is just like knowing what to do, which
yeah.
you can get from videos passively while like working out or on a bus or I don't know, any like passive thing of yeah. And
I don't
then
feel like I've always been like this, but I feel like with playing with you all, it's like playing games like Counter-Strike or StarCraft, it's like, well, like it's less fun if I'm like feel like I'm bad, and it's more fun if I feel like I'm getting better. Um, but then that leads to scenarios where it's like
Time to
like,
drop everything.
well, yeah, even it's not even so much like I'm like, oh, I can't believe how many video games I'm playing. I'm just like, oh, like there's other games I could be playing. I could be checking out
yeah,
new stuff. You know what I mean? So I
yeah,
don't know. It just leads to scenarios where like last year I posted my Steam um like year in review and it's like you've played 200 hours of Counter-Strike and 0 hours of everything else.
yeah, yeah. But they
And I've
were
been having fun recently checking out uh new games or like new to me games like Super
yeah,
Mario RPG or Mario Wonder,
hell
that
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. I've been playing at fucking Inscription. Uh, there's something called Casey's Mod, which is just like built into the game, and it's something you can do after you beat the game, and it's just like so fun. It just makes it a roguelike, which is great.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You need to check out Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
You need to. You
Yeah.
need.
I have it. So is there any reason not to play it on Switch? Because I have it on Switch. So they
Um,
have free
I
stuff
think
on
the
it.
controls would be mildly worse, but
Yeah.
no, other than that, I mean, it's not like a technically challenging game. I would say it's
Yeah.
probably on the same level as Inscription or
Right.
maybe even lower. But yeah, it
Yeah.
might just be like a little bit worse, and there's no cross-platform sync, and there is like run-to-run
Right.
progression,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you're unlock kind of like Hades, you
Like
unlock
Hades.
heat
Yeah.
waves basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you don't really, you only kind of unlock. There's like little progression that's you kind of unlock new cards, but like honestly, some of the new cards you unlock, it's like it's not like Hades where it's like, oh, I am now more powerful because I've unlocked new stuff. It's
Right.
some of these new cards, it's like I'm not going to use this, or like this only makes
Yeah.
sense if I want to.
Yeah.
Right? It's something
Yeah.
specific.
Inscriptions like that too. The case like a bunch of additional cards that aren't in the base game and hands, starter decks and stuff like that. And like yeah. It's just like trying stuff out. Is the same with Hades. I'm just like, I just want to try all the weapons. I want to try to win with all the weapons, and I want to. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just like see each thing as like a different challenge in a different game, almost.
I'd be curious to hear what you think of Slay the Spire, in part because like, um, so once you beat the game, or
Yeah.
once you beat it with one character one time, you unlock. I think they're called ascensions in Slay the Spire, but it's very similar to Hades, like
Yeah.
he.
Yeah.
And like there are 20 total ascensions,
Yeah.
and like I think I've done like 3, and I'm like, this just seems impossible
Oh, really?
to get to 20. It just like is one of those things where like you must like each click you must just be like so like this is optimal, this is optimal, I'm not gonna make
Yeah.
any mistakes, like
Yeah.
but it's really really fun. I think if you like Casey's mod, you would like Slay the Spire.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. What's crazy is
um
I feel like I got a lot better at that kind of analysis because of, at least partially, because of like playing so much Magic the Gathering in college. But I now like I play Magic basically just for the fucking daily rewards. And like I almost kind of hate the game and see it as like a slot machine. And it's like to me like a lot of the thinking, like the what should I do, is fairly straightforward, and then the game is just a slot machine of whether or not you win or lose based on the cards you get. It depends on format. Like there are some that have cards that are also complicated that like definitely you have to think a lot more about it. But you know I'm only playing like free to play, and so like
yeah.
they're relatively simpler deck. I mean they were more complicated when I first started, but it doesn't take long for me to just be like, okay, this just feels like a slot machine to me now, and but if I get the daily rewards enough, then maybe I can build decks that will be less trivial.
Mm.
I don't know.
When you say slot machine, do you mean like the randomness of like I got a bad opening hand, or is it just like
Not just opening
hey,
a hand. It's every like it'll be like basically the gameplay. Like let's pretend that and I'm not this good, but pretend you know the right move to play always,
mhm.
right? Then winning is just a matter of what cards you got and what cards they got.
And you mean like in the deck that you built before you entered the game? Is
Yeah.
that right? Okay.
I'm playing a format. There's a format that's like only pre-constructed decks, so you and
Okay.
they can only be playing one of 10 decks.
Okay.
And I know basically every card in all 10 of those decks.
Uh-huh.
And so I know like, the the set of things that they could possibly be playing, and I know the set of things that are in my deck, and I'm not just playing what's in my hand and what's on the board. I'm also playing what else I could be drawing and what else they could have in their hand. And then it just feels like, okay, either they have this thing or they don't, or,
Mm.
this, or I have answers to these things and they don't. Like, okay, I could
Yeah.
use this piece, like I have a removal thing, and it's like, okay, well, I need to use it now because the board is just bad. So I need to hope that they don't have something that I need removal for, or they play something that I need removal for, and I draw the removal. But it's just a slot machine of like whether or not the things line up so that I come out winning.
I see.
And
Okay. Yeah,
sometimes
that
I'll
makes
see them
sense.
play, they'll just make play mistakes, and I'm like, okay, I guess I just win this one then. But a lot of the time, it's, I dislike the slot machine feel. The illusion of choice here is one that is like broken for me.
So is there just like too much randomness and like they just happen to have an uncounter like that they happen to have like an uncounterable um thing in their hand, and the reason you can't counter it is because like you didn't get lucky with your draw? Is that right?
It's not just I mean, that's one way to look at it. It's not necessarily one to one like that, right? It's like, it's like the things leading up to that could be the reason. So I could be like, okay, I'm saving this thing for in case they have this thing, or it doesn't
Mhm.
have to be one particular thing. It's a like basically I'm always looking for like, can I get enough value out of whatever I'm doing?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to take, not great value situations because of like the situation is bad. But like everything that gets you to any point in the game is like uh pretty, I don't know, pretty random. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna have a hand that plays stuff one after another really well and is very hard to deal with. Or you're not, or you both are, but one of them handles the other better. But either way, any of those scenarios doesn't feel like I'm doing it. It feels like
Mm.
the cards that the two of us both happen to have and play are what did it.
Mhm.
It's like it doesn't feel like I'm making very many meaningful choices.
Mhm.
Because the right thing to do feels like fairly straightforward a lot of the time. You know what it feels kind of like is Monopoly without trading.
Huh.
Where you're going around the board and it's like, yeah, you have the option to just not buy the property, but you always will. That's
Uh-huh.
always the right play. And it's like the illusion of like playing anything at all. You know?
Uh-huh.
Basically,
Um
like Magic just feels like a flowchart, kind of.
or like
Kind
shoots and ladders.
Yeah, yeah. Granted, it's absolutely more complicated than those things, and I would say the act of getting to that point is enjoyable. Not just enjoyable, I think it's good for me. I think it is good for me to figure out, like, what are the right plays, uh, what does, effectively solve. It feels solved in a way,
Oh, the game.
solved game.
You want to play a game? I think my
Yeah.
mouse is ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, sick. So, yeah, what I'll do, I haven't played Protoss like at all. I'll try run it. We could try a 1v1, and I'll
Let's
try
do it.
run some Protoss. Yeah,
Some Zoss.
yeah. Where's that beachy map? Hell yeah.
Todd, how are you doing? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, I have not been gaming because my gaming computer broke.
Rest in
Um,
peace.
but I'm kind of I mean, I'll be able to fix it at some point. I just honestly have been like, it's. I've been really filling my time with stuff that I was neglecting.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So,
Honestly, same once we got off the like almost daily Counter-Strike grind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. But it's tricky because it's like, well, also I just missed that, and
Yeah.
I love Counter Strike, and I am like, yeah, I got to get back on that. So, um, yeah, but I'm actually like right now, I'm like, well, I'm actually in California right now.
Oh,
But I'm
sick.
just going dad mode visiting my daughter. But she's at dance right now, so I'm just chilling, and I am working on um I'm 3D printing some like mounts that I want, like a really like adjustable monitor above my treadmill, so that it'll be fun to use a computer at my treadmill and play Starcraft or something.
Oh, that's really cool.
Because I'm kind of in this weird mode where I'm like, why would I ever just sit at a computer when I could do zone 2 cardio while I'm doing it? So, yeah. I'm doing a lot of cardio.
That's sick.
And I've been learning Spanish. That's been fun.
Oh, cool. How are you learning?
I'm doing kind of two things at first. So I have like an overall plan. So the first kind of two things I'm doing are, one, I'm doing Rosetta Stone while I do cardio, and I'm doing that for like an hour a day. And then I'm doing one lesson of Pimsleur, which is audio only, per day. Kind of. I've slowed down quite a bit as it's gotten more complex. But yeah, so kind of like there are these two like Spanish for intro type things. And one of them I'm like, all right, I can do that while I exercise. And the other one I'm like, I can do it while I'm like running errands, while I'm like whatever, right? It's like cuz it's audio only. So my plan is to do that until I'm done with both of them, which I would guess would take about 6 months. And then from there, and assuming I don't fall off, which I very well may because I don't have any like actual reason to learn Spanish, I'm kind of just like, I haven't learned a second language ever, and it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I do these two different sort of systems, I feel like I'll have like a pretty good base for like a beginner 6 months or whatever. And from there, I plan on kind of like using an AI chatbot to like just try to talk in the language a bunch.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so we'll see how that works. But I imagine it would be actually like pretty effective. I feel like using AI as kind of a language tutor once you've got like a decent beginner base, I think will be like, you know, not as good as having like an actual teacher, but actually realistically I would guess really good, because you could practice with, you know, your AI teacher for like, you know, 2 hours a day or something. And you can't really financially do that with a language teacher because it just costs a ton. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like just kind of curious to see how it'll go.
That's really cool. Yeah, I feel like learning language is something I'd love to do, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do that, and then I don't do it. So maybe that says something about how much I actually would value that. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's part of why I'm even like, I'm kind of like, okay, this is, I feel like my main reason for doing it is just like, this is an experience that so many people have that I've just completely, like, so many people are like, I know 2 languages, like, you know, and so I'm like, okay, but there's not really that much motivation for me to do it otherwise. Except for that, the experience of doing it does just feel, it's kind of like when you feel good about getting better at a video game,
Yeah.
like that, but like it almost feels like free. I'm like, wait, like just by doing these like extremely predetermined exercise stuff, I've just got months of planning laid out for me to just get way better, and week over week feel like, wow, I'm getting so much better at this in every way. You know, it's like free, like, you know, like mushroom Mario growing feeling. You know, like I don't know, just like
Yeah.
constant leveling up. But yeah, I don't necessarily think my time is better spent doing this than like, I don't know, learning about the world or economics or something. But you know, I'm just kind of like, well, whatever, I'll do it, and it's been fun so far. But
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, shit. Hey, I feel like it's time for a new hatchery, boys.
Hell
Which
yeah.
isn't- I'm just trying to be like, you know what? No use in like freaking out. Just building a little hatchery.
Your third hatchery, I assume,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah. Better not be on one hatch this time.
Build. Nope. Build. On one hatch. What would I be doing, Kurt?
Yeah.
One hatch.
Yeah. And a hatch.
Oh, guys, why are you in that Vesping gas shit? I'm fucked up and accidentally sent 6 workers into one Vesping gas.
Oh, don't forget upgrades.
Oh, I'm working on those upgrades.
Mineral field depleted.
Spread creep.
Creep is such a cool mechanic. It's also like just
Yeah.
seems so powerful.
Yeah.
Like the amount of vision you can get is pretty dope.
Mineral field depleted. Upgrade complete. I'm here in the shadow. Upgrade complete. You must construct additional pylons.
Pylons, yes. Definitely remember build those.
You must construct additional pylons.
It's such.
I feel like at this point I'm off my like, and by like this point I mean like minutes ago I'm off my build order shit.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
I don't even
I'm
have a
just
build
kind of
order. I mean, I'm kind of just using roughly the same thing I do with Terran,
Mineral field depleted.
which itself is.
Dude, me and Kurt are so close to quitting our jobs.
that's so exciting. Do you have a date planned?
March 25th.
Sick. Oh my god, Kurt, I have so much money and no overlords. What a guffaw.
Yeah, same, but with pylons.
B. Yeah, once I learn some of these, it would be sick to learn some of these.
You must construct additional pylons.
God damn it. God, Chrono Boost have been the thing. Crank out the fucking the upgrades.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh shit.
I'm here in the shadows.
Oh shit!
Roll attacky.
Oh no, my roaches are in the back. Fuck! My micro is gone to shit. Uh-oh.
Consciousness awakened. Mineral field depleted.
Get out of here, guys.
Research complete.
Oh, your Hydras are running by. Walk them off. Oh my.
I live on. Mineral field depleted.
Okay. It could have gotten better, but it also could have gotten worse.
Upgrade complete.
Need like 100 more producing things. I'm floating 8,000 minerals right now.
Huh.
Floating 0.
Consciousness awakened. You must place that in a power field.
Oh fuck, I accidentally think I built some stuff unintentionally. That's okay. This game is just like making sure you're doing all the chores the video game. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do this. I'll...
Consciousness awakened.
Oh.
Casa de Templari.
Damn, I'm really off my creep game.
Your demands. I return to serve. You must construct additional pylons.
Pylons, huh?
I'm here
Huh.
in the shadows. Mineral
Those.
field
Let's
depleted.
just build like fucking 10 of them.
Huh.
Ooh, okay.
Ancient glory reborn.
That's a good number of dudes. And I am taking this fight horribly. Wait. Got some Archons though. Let's go Archons. Disruptor shots. Disruptors.
Casa Command my life for ire. Vespene Geyser exhausted. We are the Blade Un Orkai Atum. Mineral field depleted.
After this game, tell me how you know when to attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did my fucking... Oh, did you kill the beast's queen? That sucks.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Budas? You think you have the economy to support
Oh.
Budas?
Uh-oh, what the fuck are
shots.
those things? What the fuck are those things, Kurt?
Oh yeah, they weren't in Wings of Liberty. Dude, disruptors are so fun. They don't have an attack. They just have, it's a spell. And it's just this ball that comes out and just explodes. But you have to like control it.
That's crazy. Okay, at this point in the game, I don't know what to do. But that's okay. Oh.
What y'all doing here? Clean up some of this creep.
Hey, guys? Oh, shit. Well, those Hydras just got destroyed. Oh. Fuck. Oh, don't come in here. Don't. No, Kurt. Stop coming in here.
Hey, run disruptors.
Okay. I'm just gonna build one more wave. Oh, man. Oh, no.
A lot
Not
of
the
stuff.
pits. Not the pits. Okay. That's the GG. I
That's
forgot
GG.
to say GG. Alright, let's look at these graphs.
Yeah. Workers active. You stopped around 50. That's too low. Way too
Oh,
low.
how high are you supposed to go?
84.
Whoa. I
Um,
guess I just need to be more
yeah, you got a drone.
aggressive with
Fast.
whatever the what is the what are the base Zerg bases called?
Hatcheries.
Hatcheries. If you are
Yeah.
aggressive with the hatcheries.
Yeah, you want one around. So you get your hatch is like the first thing you build, I think. Yeah, hatch gas pool. So and you can do 17, 17, 17, or any mixture, 18, 17. Doesn't really matter. Hatch gas pool is typically the order. And then your second hatch, you get around 32 supply or something. 30. Or your third hatch, sorry. Third hatch around 30. And fourth hatch?
Around 30 workers?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
or
30
30
in
supply.
supply. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You might have a couple Zerglings. You'll have a couple Queens.
I need to figure out so like key I think with Zerg, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is like making sure that you're keeping up with the queens
Yeah.
spawning. Injects,
Oh,
yeah. And like for that entire game I was like, well, gotta go do queen spawns, but like it was really slow, basically.
yeah.
Do you have like your queens on like camera, or like how do you manage that?
Yeah, so there are a bunch of different ways that people do Queen injects. I do it the way that is like the least likely to fuck up. There are trade-offs. It's a bit slower. There's one way that's like absurdly fast. You like have them on a hotkey and you use the, by default it's backspace, but people put it on spacebar, key to cycle through bases, and you just like, it's just like space, you just like hold down the inject key and you mash spacebar, and it'll just like inject all of them. The problem is if anything gets messed up, your queens are gonna be like running around to different bases and weird shit like that. So I stopped
Yeah,
doing
how do you so do you have all your queens on one control group? Is that the idea?
I don't
Wait,
hotkey.
for that strategy, like how does that work?
Yeah, the way it works, and you can also look it up for like visuals and stuff. But the way it works is like you use backspace, which is they bind to spacebar. I don't have this key bound, but backspace will just cycle through your bases by default,
Uh-huh.
and people bind that space. You basically, yeah, you have your queens on one control group, and you hit that control group, and you hit backspace inject, backspace inject, backspace inject, etc. And what it'll do is like you'll just keep cycling through your bases, and you can basically do it instantly. You can get all your bases injected even if you have like 8 of them in like under a second. It's like a very fast, because you don't need to be like manually inputting it. You can just like hold shift and inject and like hold spacebar, and it'll just flip through all your bases at like the repeat speed of your keyboard.
But I think I'm just not understanding. Do you need to have the queen selected to do that?
Yeah, so you just have all the queens selected, and it'll just use
Oh,
the nearest queen.
okay. So it's not like if you have all the queens selected and you inject one base, all your queens will go to that base.
That would be true if you if you like hit inject a bunch of times on one base, then they'll do it. But what'll happen if you just hit inject once is just the nearest queen will do it one time.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Okay.
Again, though, this is not how I do it.
Okay.
How I do it, and the reason for this is because if let's say one of your queens dies in combat, right? Or
Yeah.
you just forgot to get a queen on one of the bases. Now you go through the muscle memory of just doing the spam quick and
And
inject
one queen, the nearest queen to that base,
is
will
a queen
run
at a different
there.
base. Yeah. So they'll just start running around, and like you'll just not remember which queens are where, and it's just a mess. They're slow when they're off creep. If you don't have the creep
Yeah.
between the bases, they're so slow, and it's just a mess. So what I do, I use camera locations, and the best way to do that is every time you make a base, and at the beginning of the game with your main base, so I assume all your hatcheries are on some control group, right?
Yeah, I have put them on 5.
Yeah. So what I do is, when you add every time you make one, you already have to add it to the control group, right?
Uh-huh.
So you hit, shift 5 or control 5 or whatever you do. Or yeah, shift 5. And then what I do is you double tap 5. That centers the camera onto the nearest thing that's in that control group. So it'll center it
Whoa.
on that base.
That's by default.
Yeah.
Is that right? If you
Yeah,
double tap a control group
if you
key, it
double
will
tap a
center it
control
on.
group, yes, it'll center it on. I think it's the nearest. It might be like if you have like armies, it might be like the one with the most number of units, but it might just be the nearest. Yeah, if you double tap a control group, it'll jump your camera there, which is great.
Uh-huh.
So what I do is I hit 5-5, and then I do my bind control group here thing, which for me is control, A, S, D, F, Z, X, C, V.
For your camera groups.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep. And then jump to it is Alt, A, S, D, F, Z, X, C, V. So, yeah, the way that I inject is I Alt A, make a big box. If you box a ton of shit, Queen will be priority.
I see.
So
Because even if you get some drones, if you tell all of that group to inject, the drone won't do anything, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like spellcasters are like priority, and Queen I think is the highest priority Zerg has. So yeah, so I just do a quick box, on the screen basically, which gets the Queen. I hit inject, and then I Alt S, and then box inject. Alt D, box inject. That's how I do it.
Okay.
There's another way. Some people do it with the minimap, but it's kind of scuffed. It's very scuffed. One thing we could do, We could do like an Archon versus AI, and I could just do like a look over the shoulder on what you're doing and tell you what to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
That's an interesting idea.
Well, how about so when do you feel like is the right time to attack?
Yes. So that ideally, at this level, so those videos, vibes, bronze to grandmasters videos are so good. And the first thing he emphasizes is like, okay, starting in bronze, your goal, because you need to be able to do this to get to higher levels, and it's very effective at getting through bronze also. Your goal is to max out as fast as possible, and then you just A move across the map. You do not micro at all. You do not watch the fight. You just keep macroing.
And by max out, do you mean like reaching 200
200,
supply?
200. Yeah.
Okay.
And you need to be able to do that in like 8 minutes or less.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
That's
like
so much faster than I like am able to do that.
yeah, and like when you watch him, it's like, oh, he makes this look so not hard. It's like really easy. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like I made this analogy before, but it's like if you ever like do pair programming with someone who's just like way better at their text editor than you are,
Yeah, like
they're just
Vim.
like click 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 click,
Yeah.
like refactor this, and then like they're like, all right, done, and you're like, or like they know like a bunch of command line tools, so they're like, oh, I'll just like I know like how to feed this to SAT or awk or JQ or whatever, and you're just like, whoa, that would take me some
Yeah.
time with ChatGPT to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let's try it. Let's try
Alright.
let's see. So melee. Assume we can do. Gotta be a way to do that.
Yeah, I think I have time for about one more, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna go do some stuff. Todd, how's dad mode?
Great. It's great. Yesterday I drove around the bay in a Tesla with my kid
Wow.
and just vibed. Yeah. Teslas are crazy. Have you driven one?
I drove one for like about 20 minutes one time.
Isn't it weird, the whole like single pedal thing?
Yeah, I like it. Like after I got used to it, I was like, this seems pretty cool.
Yeah. It is.
I wish that so the 3 and Y don't have they just have one big ass screen in the middle, and they don't have like a gauge cluster or anything like that. I wish they had like a gauge cluster like in front of the driving or steering wheel, basically.
Yeah, it is pretty weird being like, all right, everything. Like I feel like I'm looking down at the screen more than is safe. And like, dude, the music app in it was so bad.
Yeah, and
know.
it doesn't have I know Teslas don't have like Android Auto or CarPlay or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, I ended up like linking my Spotify to their Tesla, but it was like I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna play this track from this artist, and it's like their main song, and it just wouldn't play it. It was just like so like this is just terrible. Trying for so long while driving, like swerving into the other lanes, and trying to get the music to work, and I'm just like, this is like so bad.
I also really dislike the trend that Teslas and other car manufacturers have gone down, where like all of the knobs for like turning down AC or like turning on the seat heaters or something like that are all just like touchscreen controls. So it's like basically impossible to do via muscle memory.
Yeah. It like I mean, it's very much like a thing where they're like, I think we can get away with this and be like, oh, it's like because we're a smart car, and I'm like, I know it's because it's easier to do that. Like it's
There are fewer parts and stuff, yeah.
the manufacturer price cost goes up if you have to add a bunch of physical buttons, right? So it's like, I don't know.
There's also just like an interesting design of like, if you have like a knob that's like, there's ways to solve for this, but like if you have a knob that like shows absolute position of like, let's say volume,
Mhm.
then you can't control volume digitally because then there would be
Yeah,
a
there's like a
desync
mismatch
between the
between
knob.
the physical position and the software. You can
Yeah,
make it a you can make it an encoder.
yeah, yeah. Um, okay, Kurt, should we? What do I need to
Yeah,
do?
let's run it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically it's gonna be both of us controlling the same army, same.
Oh, sick! I watched like the first 5 minutes of this YouTube video of someone who's really good. Apparently, I don't know their name, but how they trained was they got like 5 people to do this against them. Isn't that insane?
Oh, yeah. That's
They were
so
basically
funny.
like, I can't find enough people to.
Yeah. So it's drone overlord is the first two things. One drone, one
I got
overlord.
that drone going. Where are you send that overlord?
Oh yeah, I'm sending it. You don't need to worry about this yet. This is a later thing, but they have a bunch of pillars throughout the map that
How do I take something off
Oh,
of a
you went
controller?
drone. You gotta go drone overlord.
Oh shit!
And already we got 3 larvae.
How do I That's my bad. How do I take something out of a control group?
You. What I do is I just add it to a different control group because I make.
I think
Yeah. Or you like recreate the control group with the stuff. Yeah, so we've got the Overlord now. Keep making drones. And we're already at enough to where we can make our naturals. So yeah, let's go do that.
There's
And
naturals.
naturals. Big naturals. Yep, hatch gas. Yeah, and you just want to be like, you know, what is it, five, and then I don't know if it's like DS or whatever, but you're just like constantly hitting the droning sequence because you want to be like non-stop doing that. Oh, and then we need a pool. Let's get a spawn pool going.
I fucked up and now I can't. I fucked up my control. Oh wait, there we go.
By the way, normally
I fucked up my
naturals is
control
small.
group.
Oh, okay. What's wrong with it?
I have something in it, and I guess I don't have. Sorry, this is like, also like when you're doing paired programming and someone's watching you, and you're like, I promise it's not normally this bad.
Yeah, it's all good. So one thing you could do is you could click on whatever you want to be in the control group, and then do Alt number. That'll like
Okay.
recreate the control group with only that in it.
Okay, sweet. That fixed it.
Nice. So
We got Queen.
yeah, so yeah, as soon as that's done, Queen, and then the natural should finish, or the second base should finish around that time too, so you Queen there also. And we we went for a crazy fast third. Ignore that, that's fine.
It's crazy fast, but that's what we're like, Kurt.
This is dangerously fast. Also, we need an overlord. Rally your drones to second base.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so it's inject. So the macro cycle is IC, which is overlords, injects, creep. Also,
Wait, what?
oh, I see.
Oh,
Also,
I see.
as soon as those queens spawned, you queue up new queens.
Oh, at all three? Or at
Normally
all
you'd
two?
only have 2 here, but yes, yeah.
What are the other ones for?
One is for your third, and the other is for creep.
Whoa, okay. So once, interesting.
And
Oh, look, a little SVB is
inject cycle now. And yeah, whole bunch of drones. We gotta spend this larva. You want to be like non-stop spending your larva. Zerg kind of has a third resource with the larva, and it's the most
Interesting.
important resource because so your creep queens you want on a hotkey. So now on those 2 hatcheries, now that the queens are done, make one a layer, make another queen.
wow, so many queens.
Yeah, queens are like the best unit Zerg has. So you basically
Really?
never stop making them. Yeah, they're incredible. They only cost minerals. They are extremely good at defending. They help you spread your creep. and they inject. Like, they are just such an insane unit.
Okay, I got some overlords coming.
Yeah, that's great. And we need, let's see, we need a Roach Warren. And since we're going for double gas, this is something to think of. Every time you're like getting double gas like this, you should also be getting your upgrade things, because you need something to spend your gas on.
Okay. So I should build evolution chambers.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, Evo chambers. Yeah, we can even build 3 of them. Yeah, fuck.
Let's get fucking nuts and build 3 of them.
Yeah. Although we're probably not going to be using melee units. Yeah, normally we'd just build 2. So, you have like way too much larva in your main. So rally your drones to your what would be a natural.
Yep.
Hitting 5,
then...
right click, and just spam the drone thing. You want to be like non-stop. You want to be doing that every few seconds.
Fuck, overlords.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Need overlords. Your main and your second base both need what do you call it? Fucking drones in the gases. Not that we super need gas right now, but and then as soon as layer's done, Hydra down, and back to making queens. Queens are that's the big thing about queens is they are the one thing that don't consume larva.
Interesting. Interesting.
Right, you just like
Okay, I have a question though.
yeah.
How do you, if you have a queen who's like, do you use the ability where the spawn can, or the sorry, the creep spawns themselves can?
Yeah. You spread creep both with the tumors and with the queens.
Okay.
And you should have creep queens on like some control group. Oh, don't forget the upgrades.
The upgrades, right?
Yeah. Also, so normally when we get our third, which is around like 30 supply or something, we also produce safety roaches. We make like, we'll say 6 roaches. So let's go ahead and make 6 roaches.
Okay, I got 6, and then I am supply capped.
Oh yeah, get a bunch of overlords. Let's grab a ton, because we're floating 3,500 minerals. We can just build like fucking. Yeah. In fact, one trick as Zerg is, especially like while it's hard to spend your money, is whenever you're above a certain number of minerals, just make another hatchery. You don't have to expand. It can just be a macro hatch in the base, but it's just a way to get more larvae. But we also should expand. We should probably double expand.
Double expand. Okay, I'm on it.
Bam.
Mineral field depleted.
More queens. Get the Hydra upgrade also, and the Roach upgrade for speed. Roach speed, Hydra. Attack range, I guess. Get attack range first. Feel free to just queue up the other Hydra upgrade also. So at times like this where you like have missed a bunch of inject cycles, basically box a queen, hit inject and hold shift and just spam click the base.
I see.
So that'll
And
like,
you can't do that if they don't have enough energy, but since I missed a bunch, I can just queue it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a hard time understanding. Let's just explain after the match about the number of queens, particularly creep queens.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. In our natural, we should add gases, and yeah, we have like. So yeah, one thing we want to do whenever we inject, we also want to be like checking out our bases to make sure we are at like good numbers. So we're missing 1 in the gas in the main.
Okay.
And the main thing we especially want is to not be in the red, because that means the drones are like being inefficient.
Okay.
So some of them in the natural we can throw into gas now. 6 of them we can. And then we want to take a bunch of them and throw them at either the 4th or the 5th base.
Oh shit! I have. What the fuck?
Uh,
Why did I have so many workers? I guess I've just been spawning workers into.
Yeah, you just got to keep them going. But we didn't expand fast enough, so they had nowhere to go. So they were just running there. But yeah, you keep them going. We're at 63. We want to get to 84. So keep cranking out the workers. Yeah. And so yeah, do another round of injects. Starting to look better. In our 3rd, there's one missing on gas here. Oh, we got some drones that weren't rallied anywhere. Re-rally the drones to one of the bases. I think the new bases, the drones aren't rallied yet. I don't know how it goes. Got a couple of Reapers coming, so let's build. So we see them on the mini-map. Let's build a bunch of Hydralisks. Just do a big round of Hydras. And
Where should I rally them to?
just outside your sectors, like here. And you build just a ton of overlords. The queens also, when you have a bunch of them, when they're like together and defending and stuff, they can like heal each other if you want to micro them. You don't need to worry about that yet, but queens are like at high level. It's like you just build.
Uh-oh, they have some air units.
That's fine. You're building a bunch of Hydras. Keep them coming. Build a bunch more Hydras. Yeah. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna A move at them. You can even just F2 A move towards them, and you're gonna forget about it. You're gonna go back to macroing. So we need.
Oh, they killed one of my queens.
It's fine. We're not watching the fight. We're not watching the fight.
We ain't watching that fight.
Yep.
We're not even trying to finish the fight. We're trying to macro the fight.
Macroing. You're injecting. You need your upgrades. You need +2. Let's get an infestation pit because we want to go to hive, so that we can get +3.
+2 wait, what?
+2. You're getting missiles and
Okay.
yeah. And then as we get +2, let's also get the infestation pit. So.
Okay. Building now.
Yeah.
Mineral
Great.
field depleted.
And then yeah, we're looking at our bases. Throw gases on our newest bases. And we should actually possibly. How many drones? 84. Perfect. So we just build army now. And a bunch of overlords. Build a bunch of overlords and a bunch of army. Once you're at full supply, we're just gonna. Yeah, I'll show you exactly what to do.
Should I build another hatchery, you think? Just for...
Yeah. Macro hatch would be great. Yeah, you could build fucking 8 of them. We've got, what is it, 12,000 minerals, so we are not hurting for them.
Okay, I'm at 200.
Perfect. So take one Hydralisk and have it A move here, shift A move here, shift A move here, shift A move here, shift A move here. And then take one Hydralisk and do it on the other side. A move here, shift A move here, shift A move here, shift A move here.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh shit. I accidentally set more than one. Me.
One thing you could do, yeah, you could send them all back. Yeah, that works. What you're doing is you're just finding out where their bases are, and then you're gonna wait. Are we at 200? Are they still hatching?
Sorry, I meant that I'm like at 200.
Oh no, you need to get to 200. So make a bunch more.
Okay.
Hydras.
Now 200 is being spawned.
Yep. Cool.
Where should I rally?
It's fun to do like here's fine. Somewhere outside of one of your bases. Cool. So we can see now that they have a 3rd here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna select all army. You're going to A move here, shift A move here,
Okay.
Shift A move onto the ramp because they could have a wall, and then Shift A move into the main. And you're not going to watch any of that. You're going to go back to macroing. So we're going to need, let's expand some. Let's take this base maybe. Maybe this one. Still expanding. We're still injecting. We're still spreading creep. Let's get Hive. We want to get Hive in the main. And we don't need to build drones anymore, so whenever, you know, just keep spamming the Hydralisk key, and, yeah. Here's a question, do you know about, like, adding eggs to control groups? Do you do that?
Like eggs that are morphing, like larvae that are morphing into.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
I guess I don't. Tell me about it.
So yeah, so what you do is, so select select your hatches, hit 5.
Uh huh.
Oh shit, we need a bunch of units to die. Here, give me 1 sec.
Oh no.
Don't accept the surrender. Don't accept it.
No, I do not accept surrender. Okay.
What I'm doing now is I'm having your Hydras kill themselves for a bit. That we
Kurt,
can't.
how could you? You've turned against me.
So here's what you're gonna do. Hit 5, hold, you know, hit your Hydra key a bunch of times so you make a bunch of Hydras. So now at the bottom of your screen, you can see a bunch of eggs and a bunch of larvae,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Control click the eggs. So that selects
Okay.
all of only eggs, and then do shift whatever your army, whatever hotkey you want them to be on. So you're just gonna have an army hotkey.
Oh, okay.
So what you do is, with Zerg, every time you do that. With both the other factions, you need to rally them somewhere and then add them to a control group, and it's a pain in the ass. Zerg has this massive advantage where they get to just get to do it when they build them. Like, they don't need to wait for them to build before they can control group them, which is amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, that's cool.
So, and then where you rally them doesn't really matter. You just hit your, you know, your control group, and then you A move to somewhere. And yeah, your eggs will do that too. But you can just keep doing it. And like, what you do is every time you make units, you're doing this.
Mineral field depleted.
Why?
Our forces are under attack.
Cool. I just did it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Mineral
Yeah, you get used to doing it, and it's like so good because you just always, like, your army's just never in like a terrible state like it is with the other faction. Like, you know, I've tried playing a lot more Terran now, and it's like, God, you have to rally them somewhere, and then you have to like make sure you select all of them, and like, oh no, I had a new barracks and I forgot to rally that one, so now a bunch of units have come out of there, and I've never, like, you just never have that problem with Zerg. You just get to, we can get +3.
Mineral field depleted.
Yep, awesome. I see you did it. Yeah, you just A move your army somewhere, and then
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field
and then you forget about it.
depleted.
You keep macroing. So basically, while you're macroing, well, one, we've got 26 idle workers.
Forces are under attack.
What are those 26 idle workers doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. We did expand once, but yeah, we probably should have expanded more.
Mineral
And
field
yeah, we've got a
depleted.
base with 13 over here out of 10. This we've got 16 out of 4. Basically, every base that's red,
Our
you want to,
forces
like,
are under attack.
you know.
Yeah, wild. Okay.
And so, like, what you'll see is, like, you know, when you watch this guy, is like macroing. You just win games. Literally, he says you don't really micro at all until diamond.
Wild.
Macroing is like, if you can just, because even if you are throwing your units into bad fights,
You can just macro them.
you create so much more units, and like the disparity is absurd when you watch him, because he goes to the graphs and he goes to the replay, and he just shows you like, oh, at this point I had 84 and I was, sending 200 supply at him. He had 30 workers, and he was like, I took this fight, it was terrible. I ran into a bunch of tanks. I didn't even know that because I wasn't watching. But if we look at this fight, it looks terrible, but I'm just constantly, replacing everything behind it nonstop.
Yeah.
And so in Diamond, apparently, you need to get to where, like, you are doing that as, like your macro cycle, it becomes, I forget what you call it. It's like breathing. Like, you become, like, a very, like, you get into this, like, very zen, like, okay, you just have a very, like, intuitive...
You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, you're doing that, and then you get the ability to micro in between.
That's cool.
Yeah, but we're not really worried about that at all. We're just the macro stuff, and I can't do the macro stuff yet. Like, it's, and I'm not really practicing the game at all. But yeah, it's extremely fun, and when you watch his videos, you're just like, damn, he's like, he makes it look so easy. It's like, oh, you're just doing that. Yeah.
That reminds me of like the realization that I think I had while playing Counter-Strike, where it's like, for when we're introducing new players, like, we maybe other than smokes, which are really obvious, it's like, don't worry about buying any util. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
at the beginning, just worry about movement and gun, and then
Yeah.
like util is just too much to add, and like it's easy to just spend money on flashes that don't do anything, or grenades that don't do
Right.
anything, or mollies that don't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This was fun. Thanks for playing, Kurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's super fun.
I'm gonna go to Costco.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you all later. Have a fun time in California, Todd.
Later.
Talk
Bye.
to you later. Bye. Out. What are you doing, Todd?
Oh, 3D modeling some stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah. Nice.
I want it to be like, I can put this monitor above my, like, mount it to my ceiling and have it be like kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere around my treadmill.
Yeah.
So I can just have like a monitor and I'm just like, all right, this is sick.
Yeah.
Team combo and look at this
Using my
already in the triple.
experience of 3D. 3D.
49th at Collision.
Yeah,
Genesis going on.
Definitely. Oh.
Yeah.
Can Blorb clean out this edge guard? Oh no! Wave was facing the wrong way.
Oh yeah, what
for
time
the
do you get
wave
back
dash, But it
tomorrow-ish?
doesn't matter. Still gets the stop.
Let me check.
Cause I know, so Sammy's in Oregon today. She gets back tomorrow, probably leaving Oregon in the morning-ish. Lex is parking her car here. She gets back tomorrow also, but I think like 8 p.m.
Oh yeah, I'm way earlier than that.
Yeah, okay. Cause I need to know whether or not I can like block Lex's car with your car so I can charge your car.
No, you shouldn't need to worry about it.
Cool.
Seattle trip. Okay, I arrive at 4:30. Plane, so I should be at your place around 5.
The aerial there. Oh, nice.
This is big. Or not.
Now, I'm gonna figure out how
See a lot of percent
to
after
set
that.
up
It was rather small.
the heart rate monitor.
It in fact did not lead to very much.
Oh, you haven't
Keeping it
done
close
these.
here.
Oh, I never did.
Quick rebuttal.
Every time I'm just like, okay, time to work out, and I'm like, oh, I still haven't set this up.
Platform kind of like that diagonal, so you have access.
I'm
to
at Polar
ease, and
Beat.
Blorp is grounded. A lot of
Beat.
different
neutral B keeps your momentum. This is a universal mechanic. Luigi's have known about this for years, obviously. But any character, really, neutral B will just keep your momentum. So, you know, if you... I don't even... That probably wasn't on purpose. I've seen Sheiks do, like, the slide off with the neutral B lately on Twitter.com. But, yeah, that's a thing.
That was wild. Because you can grab the ledge so quickly from platform if you do it like that.
Certainly faster than just a normal needle turnaround and then fast falling the ledge, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like that. Just getting the out of shield option read with the forward air there, as opposed to trying to grab.
Ooh.
Actually, really close.
Jab, jab, grab. Where are we going from here? Yeah, gonna DI off this platform.
Yeah, which is a free forward air, but it will end the combo. Tries to extend with the down air.
Yeah, Dr. Lobster, just a couple of these finishing moves, combo extenders, not quite connecting.
Oh, the forward air. That was nice.
Stuffed out.
Yeah, keeping the ledge safe.
Okay, but gonna be able to, yeah, maybe looking for the reverse forward air. Is it on purpose? Did you see Doc Lop do that again?
It's got to be on purpose.
It's got to be on purpose.